Hey guys, so we're waiting to see when our ARMS rep will be revealed to us. We know it's going to happen at some point this month, but we don't know exactly when. This week was supposed to be E3 2020, but E3's been canceled this year, so it was a pretty good assumption that the ARMS rep maybe initially was going to be revealed at E3, so we thought potentially it could happen one of these days here, but so far nothing's been announced. If we don't get the character revealed this week, there's actually something interesting going on next week. Next week has June 16th on Tuesday, and June 16th is the date that the ARMS game initially released. Historically, Smash reveals have not happened on coinciding anniversary dates. I think the only character that happened for was Little Mac, but it is possible this could happen with the ARMS rep, so potentially next Tuesday could be when it gets revealed, if we don't get it revealed this week. That is, of course, just a guess. We really have no idea exactly when, except that it's supposed to happen sometime this month. Right now, there's an interesting rumor going around regarding Vergeben, but before I get into that, I just want to highlight a few things that have happened. Over on Twitter, Sakurai tweeted, "Hobonichi's Mother tribute comic, the back is an advertisement for this book, Smash Bros. If you think about it, maybe this is the only one that can see the world of Mother with the latest hardware. Personally, I have a long relationship." And then Sakurai shows two pictures of the Pollyanna Mother tribute comic book that came out, and on the back you can see there is an advertisement for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, specifically pointing out the Mother Earthbound features of the game. I'm just using Google Translate here, so it's not the best translation, but essentially I think Sakurai is saying that the Mother series is able to see the latest hardware by being a part of Super Smash Bros., and that's pretty cool. I know Sakurai doesn't really like people reading too much into his tweets for characters that might be coming to Super Smash Bros., but the fact he's tweeting about the Mother series here, and we still have that missing Porky spirit, and Porky was a former boss in Smash, and is the only former boss in Smash 10 out of a spirit in Ultimate, it's pretty suspicious, so hey, maybe this is a little more of a hint towards Porky's inclusion in Smash. It could happen. Another interesting thing that was noticed was a glitch that's going on with Sheik. Over on Twitter, @Johnny Tompkins wrote, "Version 7.0 for Smash Ultimate, on top of Bayonetta's infamously ugly visual glitch, Sheik's side special no longer explodes at all in World of Light. What did they possibly do that made these glitches?" So we've had a few visual glitches happening with Smash Ultimate recently, and those could potentially point to the devs possibly using those characters as bases to make other DLC characters. We had a visual glitch with Bayonetta, we had one with Ness, and now we have one with Sheik in World of Light. This, of course, could have to do with any character they could potentially be using Sheik as a base for, or they're just using Sheik's side special to base some characters' move off of. The character that comes to mind first when I think of Sheik is Ryu Hayabusa, as they're both ninjas. However, I also will point out that Geno's spirit in the game is represented by Sheik. Not that I think a World of Light visual glitch with Sheik would have too much to do with Geno's spirit, but it's something I thought worth pointing out. Okay, so like I said before, there's a rumor going around right now that involves Vergeben. Supposedly there's a private message conversation with them that has a lot of potentially leaked information that Vergeben's talking about. However, this wasn't posted publicly on like Game FAQs or Reddit like Vergeben usually does. This is a private message that's just been making the rounds. I've seen it over on 4chan, I saw it over on Smashboards, my Discord has been talking about it. Keep in mind this was not publicly posted by Vergeben, so we can't actually even confirm it's really coming from him. Alright, so here's the message. It says, "My main source has finally started to get a little more chatty again, so I sent some things their way for them to check into. Hoping to get a reply back somewhat soon on the information that I did get, and some that I am looking into that you sent. Some is kind of time sensitive, for instance, even though events got delayed a little. The new 2D Metroid is supposedly being revealed sometime soon, as are Dynasty Warriors 10, King of Fighters 15, formal reveal, Bloodborne for PS5, Resident Evil 8, and The World Ends With You 2. I have heard some things regarding Final Fantasy 16, but I don't know about those yet. I am looking into them, however. And I don't know how soon or what exactly it even is, but Heihachi is going to be a guest character in something soon. I haven't been able to find anything about those claims that Fat Man on Ice was making. I can try to get another check into them, though. Everything that you have sent me in your," and then it's blanked out, "message are things that I have also heard. Some things like the Tony Hawk 1+2 remakes and the new Paper Mario have now even been announced since then. The only big exception that I know for sure is that the Mario Kart 9 release date seemingly got pushed back internally because of issues in relation to coronavirus and work from home orders. It was planned to be the holiday 2020 game, but as far as I had heard and was being told, that didn't seem feasible or a good idea to follow through with that original plan. I hope for Nintendo's sake that Mario Kart 9 can be, but I'd rather not have a situation where they forcibly push it out there and it was lacking at launch because they figured they could finish it later. That finish at later approach had happened with things like Kirby's Star Allies, which means that I guess it's not impossible. I don't know what to think about that, but my main source seemed adamant and certain that Mario Kart 9 was not a 2020 game anymore. I have been hearing that the ARMS character for Smash is a multiple characters sharing one slot deal too. The names I specifically have heard being utilized are Springman, Ribbon Girl, and Min Min. There may be more than them. Okay, so that's the message. Keep in mind, once again, this is not publicly posted. This is supposedly a private message. I wouldn't normally talk about a private message, but again, I've seen this one over on Smashboards. I saw it posted on 4chan. My Discord's talking about it, so it's already out there. Also, keep in mind, this is everything we have. It can't be sourced directly to Vergeben because they haven't posted anything publicly, so it is possible this is fraudulent. Vergeben's information on the ARMS rep seems to be exactly what I was talking about in my last video, that it might be some sort of multi-character, and even the names that Vergeben was talking about, Min Min, Springman, and Ribbon Girl, were the same ones I was mentioning in my last video. The other really interesting thing in there is that it mentions Heihachi appearing as a guest for something. It doesn't specify what, but it is possible Heihachi could be guest appearing in Super Smash Bros. A Namco rep has been something a lot of people, including myself, have been speculating will happen for a very long time. So with Heihachi on my mind, and a second Namco character, something I thought would probably happen with Smash Ultimate eventually, I thought now would be a fun time to go over just like a top 5 favorite Namco characters, or most wanted Namco characters. I have my brother Cody here with us today, so we made our lists of Namco characters we'd like to see. Cody, do you have anything to say? Want to introduce yourself?
Cody, I'm his brother. I'm on Discord from time to time. Even though I don't know what's going on Discord. I'm not Discord literate yet. Yeah, this list kind of stumps me after like 3 characters because I don't really know that many Namco characters.
Cody's a big fan of like Tekken and Soul Calibur. There are a few Namco games that you really like.
Tekken 2.
Yeah, okay, specific games in those series that Cody really likes. So I thought it'd be fun to have him on here, and we just both do our top 5 Namco characters and go over them and see, compare and contrast what we have going on. So Namco actually works on Super Smash Bros. Itself. They have 1 rep in the game so far, which is Pac-Man, and it just feels like getting a second one should have probably happened by now. It feels kind of overdue. We also don't have the Namco Mii costumes that happened for DLC in Smash 4 back in Smash Ultimate yet. So for all those reasons and more, it just feels really likely a Namco character will happen at some point here, and with this rumor about Heihachi potentially guest appearing in something, and that something of course could be Smash, just seemed like a good time to go over what other Namco characters we want here. So we're just going to go down our lists of top Namco characters we'd like to see get into Super Smash Bros. We're going to start at the bottom of the list at 5 and go up through all of them until we get to our number 1 most wanted. Cody, do you want to start us off?
So my number 5, I struggled with. Well, honestly, I had 4 of them down, like...
No problem?
Yeah, well, 3 of them, and then the 4th one came, and then I was on your couch contemplating for the last half hour what my 5th character was.
Yep, this is true.
So my number 5, oh, by the way, last time I was in one of these things, I got some complaints that I talked too slow. So I'm going to try to go fast.
All right.
Not that much extensive talking.
Okay.
I'm just going to get right to the point so that people can listen to you.
Okay, I can't hear what... I didn't catch any of that. It was too fast.
I'm just going to go with Klonoa.
Okay.
He looks interesting. I don't have much else to say about it. I like the way he looks. I like that he's kind of cartoony.
I know you prefer the cartoony characters.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, but not much else to say. I'm going with Klonoa.
All right. Jesse really likes Klonoa. I am not big on the Klonoa games, but he's definitely a cool character. So, yeah, neat. My number 5 is Agumon from Digimon, and I know you were like, you're gonna put Digimon on your list, but I did. So I don't. I'll be straight up honest. I'm not huge on Digimon. I was always more of a Pokemon guy. And Agumon, I can't think of a super great moveset. There's Digivolving. Maybe you could do something with that. That might be cool. However, I think the rivalry between Pokemon and Digimon, if you grew up in the 90s, that was such a thing. I would love to, actually have the Pikachu versus Agumon, the Pokemon versus Digimon, thing happen in Smash. I think that would be really cool. I also think it kind of represents the digital pet craze, because Digimon actually started out as, a Tamagotchi thing. It's sort of from the the Bandai Namco, the Bandai Tamagotchi part of Namco. And Miyamoto even said that when like the Tamagotchi came out, he was afraid like the N64 wasn't going to do good because he thought people like didn't care about graphics, because the thing that was like the craze at that time were these little watch screen, virtual pets. So I think it would be cool to get a Digimon character in Smash. I'm not super like into it, and I'm not like really beholden to Agumon, but I do agree that Digimon versus Pokemon would be cool to get in Smash. So it's your number 4.
So, all right, now we're on to my list that I actually...
Yeah, so the last...
number 5 was literally, I don't have a fifth. So I'm going to pick something that I'm just visually seeing.
Cody got like his first 3, would you say, like immediately, and then the fourth one pretty quick, and then...
And then number 5 I was contemplating on the couch.
Like, for like an hour.
Being like, yeah. So...
What other Namco games are there? I'm pulling out my phone, going down everything.
That's all it was.
Yeah. All right.
So my number 4 is Lloyd from Tales of
Symphonia,
or other Tales of games. I only know Tales of Symphonia.
Cool.
I remember watching you play it a lot growing up, and I tried to play a little bit, but I didn't really get very far in it. And maybe I'll go back and play more of it.
Yeah, I mean, if Lloyd got in, that'd be a cool reason to like play that game again.
I think he's interesting enough. He's got 2 swords. I like the way he looks. I think that ever since the I don't know, maybe even like Brawl speculation days, when he's just a familiar name in Smash speculation that I see a lot, that I think would be pretty neat. So I'm going with Lloyd.
Yeah, I definitely like characters that have had fan bases for a long time finally getting in. It's cool when that happens. I'm always all behind that. It's really cool.
And I'm not a very big RPG guy at all, but that game actually, again, I haven't played much of it. But
yeah, it has like real-time combat, which is cool.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
I like that about it.
Yeah.
So Lloyd.
Cool.
For Cody's number 4.
Nice. Lloyd also has he has katanas, which is cool. We don't have a katana user in Smash, which is just weird. Really weird. You'd
Plenty
think
of
we
swords.
would.
No katanas.
Yeah, no katana, and nobody uses 2 swords. So yeah, that would be cool.
And he's voiced by Robin.
That's true. He is voiced by Robin from Teen Titans. Very, very good. Cody, you did your homework. All right, so my number 4 is Chosen Undead from Dark Souls. I'm not huge on the Dark Souls series, but I know a lot of people really like it. I know it's popular in the West.
We got an amiibo over here.
Yeah. It's popular in the West and the East, which is cool. And we have the Solaire Amiibo that came out. So you've mentioned this before, but like getting the Shovel Knight Amiibo and the Chibi Robo Amiibo, when mostly all we really had was like Smash Amiibos, really makes you like want those characters in Smash. So yeah, Dark Souls is similar. We don't have like a grim knight medieval aesthetic in Smash, surprisingly.
Kind of the Belmonts.
Kind of the Belmonts, yeah. I think of them as more like gothic horror though. So like Chosen Undead is just like a straight up knight character, like a sword and shield. So I'd like to see that in Smash. I think that would be cool. I have played the Dark Souls games, but not a ton. They're not my favorite, I'll be honest. But I think the character would be cool, and I know a lot of people who really like that game, so I'd be happy for them.
They probably have a big fan base that might move over that wouldn't be that interested in Smash, and they might consider being like, hey, Dark Souls is in it, so maybe I'll try it out.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that always happens when something gets into Smash. You have it happened big time for Dragon Quest. Like a bunch of Smash fans went and started playing Dragon Quest, and conversely, like you're saying, a lot of Dark Souls fans maybe don't have too much interest in Smash, but this would bring a lot of people into Smash, so that would be cool.
Yeah. All right, my number 3. So I'm familiar with Soul Calibur, and I'm familiar with Tekken. Tekken's probably my favorite fighting game other than Smash.
Okay.
But let it be clear that I'm not like not a competitive
Tekken
player. Like I don't know the Tekken scene or anything like past the last Tekken game I think I played was Tekken 4. I think.
Okay. I think they're on 7.
Yeah.
I think it's 7.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying I think because I don't follow Tekken super closely. I do like it though.
But I love Soul Calibur 2, and I love Tekken 2, and Tekken 3, and Tekken Tag.
Tekken Tag, yeah.
And
that's a good one.
Tekken 4 I didn't think was as good as the other ones, but I played a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 birds with 1 stone, and we're going to go with Hachi, because he was in both Tekken and
Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur. And he's one of the like faces of Tekken, and he's also in Soul Calibur. So
yep.
He'd have an interesting moveset for sure. With the kicks.
Yep. And him and Lloyd were both Mii costumes in Smash 4. So you have two of the Mii costumes, and we haven't had them return yet. So we've had some Mii costumes upgraded. We got Chrom, Isabelle, Inkling, K. Rool. They were all Mii costumes in 4. Now they're playable. So yeah, and we have a rumor for Heihachi potentially coming into something. We don't know if it's Smash or what, but yeah.
So cool. he'd be cool.
Cool. All right, ready for my number 3?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, get ready. Drum roll. I also put Heihachi at 3. Yeah, I put him at 3 as well. I'm also a fan of Tekken, but not, like you said, same way. I'm not a competitive Tekken player by any means. You were more into Tekken than I was. But I do like the game. It is one of my favorite fighting games. I think I like Soul Calibur, actually, more than Tekken. So I'll probably go Smash, Soul Calibur, Tekken for my favorite fighting games. Then maybe Street Fighter after that. I don't know. But yeah, so I like Heihachi. Same thing that you said. I think he's a cool character. He's also sometimes sort of been like the bad guy of Tekken, and I think it's cool to get like both a main character from something that's also kind of a bad guy, because I like when we get kind of bad guy characters, so that's pretty cool with him. Yeah, pretty much everything you said I totally agree with. So hopefully, also I'll say this actually, my final point on Heihachi. I feel like if I were to objectively, not my favorites, but if I were to objectively say like, okay, which Namco characters should get in Smash, I'd start off with Pac-Man, and my number 2 would probably be Heihachi. Like, objectively speaking, who like deserves it. I don't know if deserving is the right word, but I think Heihachi would be number 2 if I looked at it that way. Right behind Pac-Man.
Cool.
So your number 2.
So my number 2 is... I have no idea how they're going to make this character.
All right.
If they do it, but Dig Dug.
Nice.
I love it. I just really like the way it looks. It's a classic arcade. I know Pac-Man had like Pac-Man World and a bunch of 3D games and way more than just the arcade cabinet, Pac-Man. But they gave Game & Watch moves, and they gave Captain Falcon moves. True. So I think that they can come up with something for Dig Dug.
You can pull from other arcade games, like Pac-Man kind of does.
Yeah. So yeah, Dig Dug for me, I think would be sweet.
Yeah, Dig Dug almost made it was like between Dig Dug and Digimon, but I was pretty sure, because when I mentioned Digimon to you, and you were like, Digimon, I like Digimon, you like Pokemon. I was pretty sure you were going to do Dig Dug and not Digimon, so I was like, I want to throw Digimon on here.
We wanted some diversity.
Right.
We didn't want to just have 2 of the same list, so that it's just...
The same
characters. Nice, you have this character, I have it on, and it's only on list
Yeah,
5,
exactly. So I tried to stray away from that. And since it was my number 5, I felt okay with dropping him off if he was going to be higher up on your list, which I assumed he was. But yeah, I like the idea of getting more arcade reps. We have Pac-Man, but Dig Dug, Frogger, Cubert, there's big arcade characters.
Cubert would be sweet.
He would be cool. But Dig Dug's the Namco one, along with Pac-Man. Pac-Man does have his taunt, I think has at least one of the Dig Dug enemies in it. Might have Dig Dug himself too. Kind of forgetting here. Pac-Man's taunt also has Heihachi. I forgot to mention that. So that was an odd thing they actually added from Smash 4 into Ultimate. But I do feel like in the same way that we didn't get any spirit characters in the first Fighters Pass, but we could potentially get some in the second because it was probably decided after the base game was all set and everything like that. I feel like maybe they were like, hey, maybe we're not going to be able to get a Tekken character in Smash, so we'll put it in Pac-Man's taunt. But now that we have more characters coming, maybe they decided, okay, let's put Heihachi in the game, and that Pac-Man taunt might not matter too much. But yeah, Dig Dug has a enemy in Pac-Man's taunt. I know that for sure. So yeah, Dig Dug would be cool. Again, another arcade rep. I definitely think that's a little overdue. Honestly, we only have Pac-Man in sort of Game & Watch.
I'm surprised that we don't have a Miss Pac-Man Echo. I thought they would.
Yeah, I honestly thought a lot more Echoes were going to happen. Miss Pac-Man. Shadow was kind of surprising. Dixie Kong was surprising. So I don't know if we're going to get Echoes as DLC at some point. I mean, they sell Mii costumes separately from the pass. Could definitely do Echoes. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But Echoes do feel like an underutilized thing. There was a lot more I thought we'd get.
Well, it feels weird the amount that they have. Why should they do Echoes if I don't know.
I agree.
But I also understand that they are slightly different, so they probably are a lot harder to program, obviously, than a costume.
Right. Yeah. Plus, you have other things like their name. They have to have a World of Light, battle to go through. Their taunts, or their victory animations, like everything.
So maybe they want to do more of it than they realize that it's
Might be a time constraint
work.
thing. Yeah, and now at this point with DLC, who knows? It would be cool if they do like an Echo pass or something after this, or Echoes on the side like me costumes. I'd be all for that. It is weird that we have like Richter and Ken, but we don't have like Shadow and Miss Pac-Man. Like,
I think it's
just
weird that we have Olimar and Alf.
Not as an Echo. Yeah, it's so bizarre.
I'm a huge Pikmin fan, and I'll just say, like, I don't play as Alf.
right. But even still, it's like, dude, you could easily make Elf into an Echo and give him Rock Pikmin, who are not in Olimar's moveset at all, instead of, like, purple, and, like,
sick.
There you go. Easy Echo. I don't know.
But they also have, like, Louis and President and...
Yeah, or do a Bowser Jr. situation if you're going to do costumes. It's just weird to just have one.
It's odd.
Very odd.
Alright, so my number one...
Number two.
Namco...
Or no, you did number two. I didn't do my number two. You trying to skip my turn?
I thought the people didn't really care about your list.
Oh, my list is done. They've all jumped on.
After hearing the beginning of your list, I didn't think anyone really wanted to hear the end.
Oh, okay. This is what he's going with? Nah.
Right,
Jump over Cody's
ahead.
list.
Your number two.
Alright, so my number two is... So I mentioned I like Tekken, but I like Soul Calibur a little better. So my number two is Nightmare from Soul Calibur. This is sort of also going with that idea that Nightmare is sort of the face of Soul Calibur, but also it's kind of a lot of people that are the face of Soul Calibur. It's like arguably like Sophia, Mitsurugi, Ivy, Nightmare, but anyway, he's one of them. But he's sort of a bad guy, or he is a bad guy character, but he's also sort of the face of the series. So I think that's pretty cool.
Well, does he have the biggest, like, as far as, like, the lore goes?
Yeah, I mean, he has the soul edge and everything that's, like, corrupted him. He's, like, yeah he's a big deal, definitely, in the lore of Soul Calibur. With Siegfried, you could even have Siegfried as, like, alts or something like that for him, but you have Siegfried, transforming into Nightmare and stuff. Spoilers for a fighting game, sorry guys. But yeah, I just think he'd be a cool character. I think he has a cool, like, I can sort of visualize him playing in Smash with, like, how he has that giant sword and he, like, sweeps people and he, like, launches people into the air. I just think it would be cool. I don't know what his recovery would be. That's kind of where I'm stumped, but again, a knight character like I was talking about with Dark Souls would be cool to get. So yeah, I think Nightmare would be a cool character to get.
Maybe he could, like, stab his sword into the stage and then, like, fling himself up or something.
Yeah, but, like, what if you're not near the stage?
Well, what if you play as Little Mac?
Good point. Alright, so if you're playing as Nightmare, you're off the stage, you're dead.
He'd have an interesting moveset, though. In Soul Calibur, he's interesting, doesn't he? Well, in Soul Calibur, too, doesn't he? Like, doesn't he have, like, different stances?
Yeah, he, like, puts it, like, behind himself. He puts it, like that and stuff. Siegfried does the same thing. So he could be a stance character. That would be really unique, actually.
Yeah.
Would be cool.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of potential interesting...
He's got the big, like, monster arm, too, going on. So there's, like, there's a lot of cool stuff you could do with him. The only thing I struggle with is a recovery. But, I mean, we have stuff like... I don't know. Sometimes Sakurai pulls some bizarre things for recovery. So who knows what we could do. Could just be, like, an energy thing from the Soul Edge or something. I don't know.
Come up with something.
Yeah.
Alright, back to the real list. The
one that the fans are waiting for, Cody's list.
Sorry for the delay, guys. So my number one is similar to Heihachi in that it's two birds with one stone.
All right.
Soul Calibur and Tekken. Except this is, like, my favorite character. Soul Calibur and Tekken.
Knew this was coming.
Tekken is Yoshimitsu.
Nice.
He's, I mean, right away, what Namco character do you want? I want Yoshimitsu. He's who I play as in Tekken a lot, and he's who I played as in Soul Calibur too.
Yep.
Quite a bit.
He
really cool moveset. I don't know.
I was gonna say he does have a recovery move.
Yeah.
He has the helicopter thing.
Yeah,
so like in a way I can't think of a lot of recovery moves for Soul Calibur characters.
He's also cool because it's funny because in Tekken he has a sword, but a lot of times he doesn't use it.
Punches.
He just punches. Like, he just kind of, like, chooses not to use it a lot of the times.
Hey, man, we're getting an arms rep. It's all about punching. Double reveal with Yoshimitsu. All about his punch.
Piranha Plant has a nice curve. Nice curved stem to it. Yeah, it's not out of realm of possibilities that Yoshimitsu falls into the punching.
Sakurai decides Yoshimitsu and
punching reveal.
Arms are late through punching.
But yeah, he'd be sick. My favorite is, I believe, Yeah, it's his Tekken 3 outfit where he's metal and he has like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like
it's so cool looking.
A Nubian
cyber
knight. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like my favorite. Yeah. One of my favorite aesthetics for a video game character ever.
I mean, Yoshimitsu is just a big like mash of things too. Like they always do him a little different and stuff. So
like what is he?
Yeah, some sort of ghost samurai,
vampire,
robot, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It's like,
but that's definitely the outfit that I would most want him to have. His Tekken 2 one's pretty cool as well.
Smash has 8, so you could throw a lot of cool ones in there if Sakurai wants to get intense with it.
And so Yoshimitsu for my number 1.
He's got his meditating like recovery thing. He's got that thing where he stabs himself and like hits the person behind him. Like there's a lot of cool stuff he could do.
Yeah.
No, he spins around and so he's dope. He's dope. He's a dope character.
And he can punch.
He doesn't have to use the sword. He can punch.
Not much else to say. Like Hohachi, I wouldn't be disappointed in the least. Like I wouldn't really say like, oh man, not Yoshimitsu. I think Hohachi's fills a really similar vein, but
and like you said, they rep both series.
But
which is cool.
I didn't play as Hohachi.
Sort of.
Like he wasn't like a favorite character of mine in Tekken, but
he's the face of it. So it's kind of like
one of because Yoshimitsu's up there too.
Yeah, it's again Soul Calibur is like that too, where there's sort of multiple characters that are pretty major characters in the game. But it's kind of like Street Fighter. It's like I like some of the other characters, but like I know if it's Street Fighter, like Ryu's getting in, like obviously. So it's Tekken. I imagine Heihachi would be the choice. Yoshimitsu would be sweet. Okay, so you ready for my number 1?
The video's over. I said my number 1.
Oh, okay. Everybody stopped watching at this point. It's over. It's done. My number 1 is Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. You already talked about him a little bit.
I'm surprised that's your number 1.
That's my number 1. Yeah.
Although granted, I didn't know what your number 1 was going to be because I don't know that many. I'm not. My knowledge isn't that vast in Namco.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, I love Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube. I absolutely love that game. When I don't know why I put these 3 characters together, but I always do. I always put Lloyd, Isaac from Golden Sun, and Shulk from Xenoblade, like, in speculation terms, I was always thinking, like, those 3, like, we'll get one of them. Like, we're going to get one of those 3. And I've played Golden Sun and really like it. I played Tales of Symphonia and really liked it. I did not play Xenoblade until after Shulk was in the game. So when Shulk got revealed, I was like, oh man, we got, like, the RPG guy that isn't from the RPGs I've played. But we have Isaac as an assist trophy. Lloyd's Mii costume is missing. Lloyd is not part of Pac-Man's taunts in any way or anything like that. So, I just think he'd be really cool to get. I like Tales of Symphonia. I have, like, huge nostalgia for it. I have it very tied up with Nintendo itself because I played it on GameCube and everything. I think he'd be a sweet character. We talked a little bit about he uses katanas, 2 swords, cool moveset and stuff. I think his design's cool. Tales of is really big in Japan. I went to a Tales of store while I was in Japan, so that was cool. There's some other like Tales of characters. I know Yuri Lowell is like really popular with Tales of fans, but Tales of Symphonia with Lloyd is like the one that I like was super into and have major nostalgia for. And I think Sakurai even mentioned that Lloyd would be like the Tales of choice, and that's why I went with that as the Mii costume. That's my number 1 is Lloyd.
Does he have he has like spells and stuff, right?
Yeah. There's there's lots of cool stuff. He has like different swords too, like magical swords and stuff from the game. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. You can pull in the other partners and stuff that he has in that game, like his other party members and stuff. There's a lot that you could do.
Yeah, just having 2 swords would be a cool character.
Yeah,
Pit's kind of like that, but
for some things.
Yeah. Well, he like breaks his phone.
Right. Yeah, for some attacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Lloyd would be neat to have, definitely. Lloyd was actually in. It's not like a normal Soul Calibur game. I'm spacing on it. It was like a Soul Calibur, like, spin-off game or something like that. He was a guest character in it. Because we've had guest characters in Soul. Link was a guest character in Soul Calibur. So yeah, there's some Nintendo ties. It would be kind of cool to get, like, Heihachi was also in Soul Calibur in Tekken. It'd be cool to get him in Smash to, like, link all that together. It's just kind of cool. Link together. So there's a couple other Namco characters that were not on our list. I'll just do a little shout out to. We got the Taiko Drum Master. Kind of cool to get a rep from that. I know it's really big in Japan. I played it while I was in Japan at arcade. Katamari, the prince from Katamari would be cool. I don't know how you would do a moveset for that because they just like roll stuff into a ball in that game. So I don't know if it would work for Smash.
Captain Falcon has a moveset.
He does have a moveset. And that's a racing game. And then Cosmos from Xenosaga was talked about a lot in the lead up to the 5th character for the first Fighter's Pass. So I'm not big on Xenosaga. But I do think she's like an android robot, like, be pretty cool, unique character. But just some games that were on my mind when I was making my list, but didn't make it because they're not my favorites. Digimon was the one that Digimon made it on. Dig Dug was the one that almost made it on as my 5th. It was between those two.
But we wanted to be diverse.
We wanted to have different things to talk about. So, and I didn't know your list on that note. I didn't know his list. I just assumed he was going to do Dig Dug.
Yeah, but he knows that I don't know Namco, so...
Right. I knew this. I knew that he couldn't think of a 5th character, and when I said Dig Dug, you were like, oh, cool, you were like, cool, and into that, so I was like, okay, well, Dig Dug's definitely on his list, because he can't think of a 5th one. He would add Dig Dug if you couldn't.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, well, do you have anything else you want to say?
That's
Good.
my list.
Voldo, Wii Fit,
Cody
Echo?
has spoken.
We were talking about that before we made the video.
Yeah, we were joking because Voldo's a bizarre character in Soul Calibur, really not fun to face, at least from what I remember. And to me, Wii Fit is not... She's one of my least favorite characters to face in Smash Brothers because she just moves so weird. And she's so, like, hard to hit. And I think she's really good in Smash Ultimate. So yeah, we were making
that joke about it.
Voldo could be
because he just
Wii Fit.
He just kind of like flails around, and you get hit with like his shoulder, and it like does a ton of damage. And Wii Fit feels the same. Wii Fit does these weird moves. You're just convulsing, and you get hit with something. You're like, I don't even know what hit me. Or I don't know. Is that a hitbox? Can I hit them? Like, I don't know. Both those characters are like that. So yeah. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. I do think a Namco character will probably happen at some point. I thought that last pass. I was like, Namco character will probably happen, and then we never got even the Mii costumes back. Namco works directly on Smash. They only have one rep, Pac-Man. It just really feels like they should get another rep. So my assumption would be Heihachi at some point. But if they surprise us, something like Lloyd or Yoshimitsu, that'd be sweet. So hopefully we get something from Namco before this is all over.
Or Dig Dug.
Or Dig Dug, another arcade rep. All right, later, guys.
Later.
So once again, thank you guys for all the subscribes, all the likes. Really helps out the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, or like the video, or leave a comment, whatever you want. Until next time, have a good one.